flies are annoying already. Definitely going to be getting my head net out. This is the campsite, got a bit of a fire. There is a little water tank. Good morning and welcome to day one of the Heysen Trail. I am starting my adventure, 1100 kilometers to go. So I am just leaving the trailhead campsite now and yeah, on my way. Had a nice rest between finishing the Bibliman and starting this, doing resupply. The only new things I have is I have got new shoes, new socks, a new gas stove, new inner soles, and a new power bank, because my spare power bank I discovered didn't work in the first week of the Bibliman. So yeah, all refreshed, ate a lot, awful lot. Long journey yesterday, left at 7:30 and got here at 4, so long journey but good fun. Other hikers on the bus, there were 5 other hikers on the bus, so good to chat. 2 are ahead of me and 2 stayed at the campground and will be starting today as well. So today, great thing, unlike the Bibliman where there were shelters, there is no set destination today. There is no set target on kilometres or time. Today I am just going to walk until I feel tired. Lunch will be stopping where I feel like, so it's a lot more free than the Bibliman, but it is going to be a bit more difficult walking, but beautiful. Look at that. We're in this stream bed for, I think it's about at least 10 kilometres, and then we're slowly climbing as we're in the stream bed, then up and over a hill, and then up into the hills. So yeah, should be, I'm excited. New trail, new start, completely different terrain and vegetation to the Bibliman. Very, very dry, so you'll be getting a whole lot of new plants to look at, and hopefully some new animals as well, new vegetation. So hey, looking forward to it. My pack is pretty heavy at the moment. I have 9 days of food in my pack. I'm not intending on stopping at the side trails, towns of Hawker and Corn. Hawker's 6k off trail and Corn is, I think it's 3k off trail. So, like usual, I don't like doing any off trail miles. Happy to walk 1,000 kilometres. Not happy to walk any more than a couple of 100 metres when I'm not on trail. I had the advantage of being able to get lightweight food. My trail angel in Adelaide, Eva, she was brilliant. She let me mail a whole lot of things to her. So I mailed my shoes, power bank and Radix freeze-dry meals. So I've got those to look forward to. It's just keeping the food weight down a little bit more than it would have if I didn't have freeze-dry. And it rained last night. Started just little spatters, a couple of heavy ones, quite windy. I could hear the wind roaring down this gully. But it was only a couple of times that it actually got low enough to shake my tent around. So these are the trail markers that I will be following. Red now. And right, so turning down this creek and following this creek. This walking surface is not solid. It's almost like sand, this grit. So yeah, not the nicest walking surface to be on. Yeah, let's make a start with the flowers. So we have these flowers. They look very wilted. And then these, lots of these. Quite interesting, the different types of terrain. You got the rocky mountains that looks a little bit more solid rock, and then you got these hills which just look like dirt hills, and then very bouldery and stony up on the hills up there. Hey, kangaroo number one already. It's little. It bounced away, but then I came around the corner. It was just standing there watching me. Cute little pine trees. This rock is interesting. Comes off in little weeny bits. And then you got this hard stripy layer. And it goes back to the soft stuff. Valley's narrowing in a little bit now. Some yellow flowers. Lots of these on the side of the path. I do feel that I'm going uphill, even though it's a very, very gentle gradient. I can still feel it. There's a bright green cricket. I've been seeing brown ones, but that is the first green one. Climbed up and out of that stream bed. I'm about to drop down to another one. Oh, puffing. Oh, fence. Right, into the new valley. Just went over a little weeny saddle. Not a very big saddle. Saw a kangaroo in the distance through the trees. So definitely not going to catch that on camera. Actually on a road at the moment as opposed to on the creek bed. Nice walking surface. It's forecast is meant to be clearing today, so there are grey clouds, but it is so warm. I think if it rains I'm just gonna get wet because I'm sweating already. Imagine putting a raincoat on. Nah. What do pine nettles look like? Tree with bright yellow flowers on it. It's a wattle tree. Lots of these deep creeks where the track's been cut away. So you have to clamber down, clamber up. So it's still following the vehicle road, it's just every now and again it reduces down to single track. Alright, I think I'll try and come down here. Yeah, that smell's definitely coming from this. It's just, I'm not sure how to describe a smell. It's not a overly floral scent, very slightly. It's lovely. Oh, anytime I stop, the flies start coming over my face. Whoop, and they change colour. I have got my mosquito head net out and ready access. So yesterday when we arrived at the car park, oh, it was just infuriating, the flies. They're only little flies and they're not biting, but they are annoying and persistent. It's just, I guess it's what you expect being in this sort of environment. Flies, yuck. Oh, and ants. I made sure to check before I put my tent down last night, but and there was didn't seem to be any ant nests, but there were so many ants, and I didn't close my door properly once, and they found the gap and they were just streaming in. Oh, very annoying. But yeah, heaps and heaps of them, but they had almost disappeared this morning, just a few around. And we're back down into the creek bed now. Love these trees. Silvery colour. And it wasn't long in the riverbed. Back up on the tops. Smelling the different bushes, seeing which ones are giving off the different scents. That pink flower looks like it's a vine. And this bush here, that's giving off a lovely scent as well. Once again, very hard to describe. Yeah, no, I just can't describe what it is. Oh, it's gorgeous though. Hills covered in mist or low-lying cloud. It's been quite nice changes in vegetation. I like being in these little stunted pine trees. It's another of those steep drop-offs. Had to go along there and then back up. Oh, it is warm. I'm quite glad there's cloud. Otherwise, this would be really hot. Going along beside a fence line now. So my body's feeling okay. It's always hard if you have a rest break longer than sort of a day or two, that getting back on trail your body needs to adjust, but I think I timed it right. It was 4 days off trail, so my knees, both my knees, I can feel a little bit. That's probably just because a combination of being off trail for a while, and my pack is heavy. 9 days food, plus a couple of litres of water. Even though it's cloudy and overcast, I am still drinking a lot, and water is sort of going to be the key concern on this trail. So basically I'll be going from water point to water point and hoping that the tanks have water in it. We're lucky it's been raining, and there was a storm that came through last week as well, which should have topped the tanks up nicely. It's funny with it being so gloomy like this, and you know, the hill's so misty ahead, you'd expect it to be cold. It's definitely not. The mist has dropped even further. Now I'm in the mist. Pretty cool. This is the sorts of things we're navigating. Oh, this is really cool with the mist. Not what I was expecting from this trail. I just climbed to the top of this hill, nice and open. I'm sure normally I would get beautiful views, but not today. Nope, no views. Up and over the stile. Oh, private property. Right. And we've dropped down into a riverbed again. Say I am enjoying this a lot more than I was expecting. I thought this section was just all riverbed, but lots of variety. Yeah, really enjoying it. Hey, the mist has lifted a little bit. I've got a bit more visibility. Emu! Ever since the mist lifted, it has been raining very slightly. Not enough to really worry about. Those emus were funny. They took off. The one came back and watched me for a while, and then they both ran parallel to me for a while, and I thought I'd lost them. And then one of them turned up again. So I'm wondering if maybe their eggs were on the other side, and they were just making sure I wasn't going anywhere near. Oh, this is a beautiful section. Nice to be able to see again. Not wet from the rain, getting wet from this vegetation. Oh, ew. It's pretty. It's all yellow. And it smells lovely. That looks very fresh. Emus come through here very recently. It's random. For some reason we've got a kilometre marker. We've come 11 kilometres. So 1 kilometre and we'll get to the pigeon bore. Interesting hills ahead. Look at that, it's gorgeous. I think it's panorama time. A little bit more open area. And the mist is off the top of the hills mainly. Still a little bit there. Oh, yeah. This is Pigeon Bore. Isn't it cute? I don't need any water, so I will continue on. It's cute. 4.8 kilometres to get to Aruna Ruins campsite. Yay! I am actually walking with someone for a change.
Oh yeah, hi, I'm Jackie.
I'm Paul.
And these two are faster than me, so I'll walk with them for a little bit and then they will disappear into the distance.
Campground.
They had the luxury of a cabin last night while I was stuck in a tent.
Yes. One night of dryness.
Oh, look at those beautiful hills. Gorgeous. Oh, these trees. That is cool. Look, I'm actually still with them. Only because they've slowed completely down to match my speed. My tendon issue, I'm feeling the tendon a little bit. So I've loosened off the shoe and slowed down a little bit. So hopefully I'll be alright. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I haven't filmed these flowers because they haven't been opened, but some of them are starting to open up now. That's gorgeous. Right, continuing straight on the trail.
Can you stick a finger in that poo and tell me what that's
16 kilometres. So we are at Aruna Homestead, 1847. And I built this in 1854. That's what it looks like. So you can see the ruins there, and you can see them there. And Aruna Lookout. So talking about the people who were here thousands of years. Hayward Bluff, False Mount Hayward, South Mount Hayward, Mount Hayward, and Wandaki Peak. Gorgeous. This is the ruins. There's steep stairs down. I assume that was down to a cellar. It's a gorgeous location. You can see why I built here. Alright, there's a spring. Aruna comes from the word meaning running water in reference to a series of springs. So in the valley, that is the Aruna shelter. You have to pay $17 a night or $27 a night to stay there and book it as well. So we're just going to stop here and have some lunch and that'll be it. So thank you to the traditional owners for allowing us to come through here.
Did it say on the thing you're not allowed to camp?
So that's not a shelter that you camp in, it's an old ruin. Right, continuing on the trail, the other two, they are stopping here for the night. And I will continue on. It's about 13 kilometres to the next campsite, where I will be filling up with water. So there's a campground, lots of cars and people there. I stopped and had some lunch, and now on my way, now the hills start. The last part of track is, while it was gradually going uphill, it was pretty gentle. Didn't even notice it. A couple of little tiny ups and downs. But now, there's a big hill. I guess the purple flowers like the low points in the water. This is nice, single track in amongst the trees, the little pine trees. It's part of a circuit from the campground, 7k circuit. So it'll be nice, I think, until we leave that circuit. Then it'll be just the Heysen again. Not a bad view out there. This is pretty. Got the flowers, beautiful trail, some gorgeous views in the far distance, but also just here as well. Lovely. Pine trees get pretty short up on the top here, so I'm on the climbed up to the saddle. Get to go down slightly the other side. Just come out of there, and that circuit it continues across there, but we are following the road. Not that there's any signs, basically because there's a sticker on that pole facing this direction, that's why we're going this way, and I double checked my GPS to make sure, but there's no Heysen marker to confirm this is where I should be going. It's just make sure you check your map there, otherwise people will just keep going and following that other track. This marker 400 metres back at that last intersection would have been handy, but at least I've confirmed I am meant to be on this road. Oh, these are gorgeous, aren't they? Oh wow. Oop, I'm gonna be. Hey, finally leaving this road. We're on here, kilometre, 2 kilometres. Right, we got a little map. Oop. There's a little UR here. Arona. No idea. Anyway. Is it that one? Or is it that one? Aruna trailhead. I don't see any Heysen stickers on it. Well, that's that. The way the arrow's pointing. Let's try this one. Yeluna circuit. Aha, yep, there's a Heysen sticker on it. So, this way. This almost feels like a PCT. Beautiful trail going along the side of a hill. Wildflowers all around. Absolutely beautiful. I was going to say clear way to go, but there's a marker going that way and there's a marker going that way. So, not quite sure what's happening here. Are we going that way? Are we going this way? Are we going this way? It's not overly clear. Maybe you just had to touch that because it was part of the trail. So I had a quick check of the map here, and I am heading this way. 10.4 kilometres. Yanguna trailhead. This marker's previous track. Every 200 metres there was a marker. But I think this is a further out track, so we won't be quite as frequent updates on distance. I was wrong. Every 200 metres still getting an update. Look at that blue sky. Just behind is still a bit cloudy. You can't see it now. Still grey clouds over there. But blue sky above me. And thankfully there's a nice breeze at the moment. Just keeping the temperature reasonable. Loving this trail. This is beautiful single track. Oh, these flies are annoying. Right, this is a geosite. Brachina formation, so reddish silt zone, sometimes green, as a result of fine sediments laid down in deep water earlier than the ABC range quartites. 630, 620 million years ago. Slabby fragments and blocks are characteristic of this rock, as in that. That's pretty cool. It's a unique information sign. Alright, 10k, we've gone 400 metres. Flies. Grr. Not quite bad enough for me to put the net on, but it's getting close. Looking forward, and when you turn around, it's gorgeous. Look at that. And you'll see it between the trees out that way as well. Yeah, it's a good day. Day one, enjoying it. These little things. Look at the striations on that hill. Definite bands going down. Next flowers, these little fluffy ones. Big whole area of them. These flies are not fun. Just looking at the patterns in the rocks. Little rocky bit here that we're going up. I'm at the Rakina viewpoint and it's pretty impressive. Looking around, this is gorgeous. That's the Trezoa Ranges. Mount Hayward. Oh, absolutely beautiful. Just do another emu. From that high point we're gradually from that high point gradually dropping down the elevation all the way through to the campsite's almost nothing, so gentle rolling hills for the rest of the day, I think. These flies are annoying. Here's a couple of new flowers. They look a bit raggedy too, not surprised with this wind. Still a beautiful track, beautiful views everywhere I look. Nice breeze keeping the temperature down. So if it wasn't for the flies, everything would be perfect. Drop down from the heights back into moisture areas, stream beds, still got every 200 metres markers. Leaving the stream bed. What size of that beetle? That is big. It's quite nice having these maps, so it tells you which checkpoint you're at, and then on the map you can find it. So there, H2, so that was that last campground there, and I continue along and that's Trezona campground there. Right, across the road, continuing on this absolutely stunning trail. Have I mentioned how much I'm enjoying myself? Pretty sure I have, but I'll say it again. Yeah, it is, yeah, pretty neat. Just saw my first lizard, like normal, too quick for the camera. Now it looks like we're going to follow a stream bed. Pretty neat geology around here if you're into rocks. Just looking at all the layers going through. Oh, these are new ones. We're loosely following the stream bed. We're shortcutting all of the corners. And it looks like where it's rocky too, so it's a nice walking surface. This was Melina Hut, built in 1852 for the shepherds on the station, or used with local materials they could find on site. So These were on the ground when I came and they jumped up into the trees. Bright green. Too late for the flowers on these. Just got the seeds like a dandelion instead. Anytime I stop, the flies are all over me. They're not too bad when I'm actually walking, which is good. Still landing on me, but they do leave when I tell them to go away. Haven't swallowed any yet, but I am pretty sure I will by the end of this. These rocks look like they're pre-cut, ready to put on the kitchen floor as tiles. It's all squares and rectangles. Very, very gently, still descending. Looks like a dove of some sort. Kangaroos, 1, 2. They're off very quickly. They've just headed off, turned around over there. What's that? 4 kangaroos and 3 emu. This is pretty cool. We're walking through this field of white. This is another geosite in Nuku'alina Formation. A narrow band of magnesium-rich limestone was precipitated from shallow marine waters as the climate warmed at the end of the Alatina glaciation about 365 million years ago. It can be found throughout the Flinders Ranges, marking a dramatic climate change as soft-bodied multicellular life being began evolving through the following 100 million years. Alright, cool. Something different. 2 bobtail lizard. They're having a fight. That's a much bigger one than that one. But that one's got much better colours. Look at that. These smell really nice as well. Could smell them from probably about 10 metres away. Right, still winding along through the foothills, nothing too steep. Bright yellow trees. All the hills in the background. It's gorgeous. This is nice and clear. Nice red arrow telling me turn. So I've got about 1 kilometre to get to Trezoa campsite, and then 2.3 past that is probably where I am going to stop at it's another water point. I was heading for the stairs, but then just noticed a trail marker up there, so head across. This is pretty fancy. There's nothing written on any of the sides of this, so I'm not quite sure what it is. At the moment I'm taking advantage of being on the seat. Have a little break for the last push. So 600 metres to the campsite, 2.3 after that. Some more of these. I'm guessing this looks like a new development, so eventually something will go on it. Got car parking and a roundabout, but I'm going this way. So interesting. So it's talking about geological periods of time, and basically a new one was designated in 2004 based on the global golden spike, which was found here in the middle of the Burkina Gorge, which have just come down. And then the next youngest is in Canada. So yeah, it's a pretty important place geologically. Walk safely. This is the campsite. It's a vehicle campsite, and a couple of water tanks around, and that's about it. I've got to pay your park fees for it. And you got some water. Been there, seen it. Now I'm off 2.3k to, I think it's Middlesite Water Hut, something like that. Anyway, we'll see. Got another geosite. It's a Pleistocene terrace. So, what is it? The plain of Pleistocene age sediments was laid down during a dry windy period between 24,000 and 18,000 years ago. Shallow wetland captured a considerable depth of sediment from airborne dust. An island in the swamp is now a pine-clad hill. So that's the island in the swamp, and this is the big plain. Alright. Okay, we are on a reroute. I like this. Heysen's a long distance walking trail. Do not attempt to walk this trail unless you're well equipped and experienced. Right, reroute. Wonder where we're going. I hope we still go to that water hut. Here we go. It's Middlesite Water Hut. Apparently there are bugs inside, so I'm going to go and have a look. I'll have to put my tent up anyway, just to dry it off. There we go. Cool. Even has a resident gecko. Changed my mind. It's too hot and full of flies inside, and I don't like the outside, so I'm just going to continue on the trail, and first campsite I see, I'll take it. It's also very windy there, so it'd be nice to get somewhere a bit more sheltered. I'll set up my home for the night. Tent's dried off already, and the flies, and the more sitting on the outside. So the trick is getting in the tent without letting any of the flies in. There's always a issue. I've just dumped everything in at the moment. It's not sorted. Here's my tent for the night, all set up. My pack is in the back and ready to set the inside up.